Hi everyone, greetings for the day. Welcome back to another live session of this week. We are getting together in order to just understand how many people really have certain concerns, and this live session is exclusively for all those members who want any kind of quick response or any kind of quick queries. If you have any such things, you are free to share that over this live session. I'll be always more than happy to respond to your queries and answer them well at any point of time. So just feel free to let me know your concerns and questions. And this live session is entirely for your help and assist you in your preparation in ISTQB. So welcome aboard. I see a lot of people coming in. Welcome, welcome. Very good evening. Hi, Abdullah, joining in. Thank you for joining the live session. Uh, I have multiple questions, please. Yeah, sure. Why not? We have a lot of time to cater all the questions. So just feel free and keep dropping your questions, and I'll be more than happy to respond to them. All right. So very first question coming in from Abdullah stating that firstly, I want to know why you don't have tutorials for ISTQB mobile application tester. It's just the process, Abdullah. It's just that I started around a year ago to start creating and preparing these ISTQB tutorials, and started with foundation, which was the most demanding one, and followed that. Like after that, I started asking people for their suggestion in order to create the next certification, and that's where we have been so far. And believe me or not, if you go to my channel and go to the videos, you would find that every day there is an upload on particular tutorial for different certification. And I would have probably taken a break between the certifications for 5 to 7 days of time, and that all depends on the support or the voting which I get in polls which I conduct after end of everything. So as people ask for the next certification, I do that. So you never know, probably the ISTQB mobile application tester will be the next one. So just want to make sure that it's how it goes with the suggestions from the viewers that what they want to have next. So I'll be having a poll once I complete technical test analyst, and based on that, you are free to vote for your respective examination, and I'll be there to take it up as the next examination. So yes, team, if you have anything else, you are free to drop your questions here, and I'm here to respond to your queries. Okay, it's just that like it's a little hot here today. Yeah, go ahead with your questions. I'm here to respond to all of them, as I promised to all my viewers. Okay, so there's a first question coming in that software development models must be adapted to A, testing models, B, user requirements, C, testing process, D, context of project. Um, Software development models, when we talk about the SDLC models, they are by default dependent on two parameters or two major parameters. One is the project characteristics, like what kind of product or project you are going to have, like what kind of the client you have, what kind of requirements will be given to you, whether it's going to be detailed or it will be a brief. So you can decide on what kind of model finally you're going to use based on the characteristics of the project. Plus, the second parameter is characteristics of the product. What is that you're going to going to produce, or what is that you're going to make, and what kind of approach would be required for it? And based on that, you can actually go for the selection of the SDLC model. So that's where we have some options here. One is user requirement, second is testing process and context of the project. So I think this is again an outdated question, probably which you have referred to, but to the most relevant, I think we will have D here, context of the project, as project and product characteristics are two parameters on which the selection of the SDLC model depends on. So that would be the best thing what you can actually look forward to put it as the right answer. Okay, because we do have user requirements, but it completely does not depend on only user requirements. It has major parameters as project and product characteristics. All right, welcome Rakesh Sharma. Thanks for joining us. Hello, sir. I'm looking to get into IT field. Okay, sorry. So please make it blocks. IT field. What should I do? I have completed BE mechanical with some backlogs. Please give me your valuable suggestion. Uh, Not sure about the backlogs. That's quite funny. But yeah, a lot of us have that. In fact, I did have in my career once upon a time, but not always. And the second interesting part is not all my viewers know, but let me tell you here on this live session that I also come from a B mechanical background. And I was actually a mechanical graduate. I, in fact, started working in the mechanical industry as well for 6 months. And then I thought, like, that's not going to give me the kick of my life. So I thought to move into IT. And I just opted to, go for a software testing course from one of the institutes and then learned it well and then appeared for my ISTQB certification, which was foundation level, and that gave me a lot of recognition over my BE mechanical graduation. But yes, you did have a challenge earlier that there were only few companies who used to ask for the limited number of people with any graduate. So a lot of organization never used to go for other than CS, IT, IS branches to be hired as an IT engineer or software engineer, and we had very tough time to do that. So I initially got into a very small organization with to kick off my career with very small salary, in fact. And then once I gained the experience and started upgrading my learnings and explored more beyond what I have learned in my regular course, then I started shooting my profile to different organization. And once you have at least 1 year of experience, you can actually talk about different organization to showcase your profile with a lot of expertise. So it's not that like that 1 year you sit and watch and enjoy for that moment. No, this 1 year it will be your main struggle to replace the 4 years of your mechanical engineering. If you want to cover that and come into IT industry, get into any kind of organization, be it startup, be it a small scale organization, or be it just limited testing, limited organization, and get into that where you have to learn everything at the ground level. Start exploring that how exactly things happen, because probably what you would have learned in a course will not be helpful when you get into an organization. You will find things are slightly different than what you have learned. So 1 year you explore everything, and beyond that you try to upgrade yourself with a lot of other tools like test management tools or agile methodology, or work with automation testing tools. Look forward to have certifications, as you will have very less pressure at that point of time. And as like you get into more into the depth of testing, your portfolio gets more stronger. So by the time 1 year ends, you will have a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding on different perspective, and that way you can now make your profile stronger on IT terms compared to being a BE mechanical, and that will help you to move into the IT industry in more detail or more higher rate of getting hired. So first of all, take a full-fledged training from any of the organization to understand what is basic fundamentals of software testing. Then take up the certification and get into any organization which gives you a chance. Do not have any choices that I'm looking for a better scale, better organization. No, just get into any organization for the time being, at least for a year, and then switch to any of your organization with your choice. Okay. Um, all right. Thank you so much for that feedback. Go ahead. Yeah, you're preparing for ISTQ Foundation. Do let me know if you have any questions, any concern at any point of time. Meanwhile, another question coming from Abdullah: which type of testing cannot be planned in advance? That's a little interesting thing. Now, let me see what exactly the options are. Regression testing, operational acceptance testing, user acceptance testing, confirmation testing. Okay, there's another, again, this is another typical type of question which you get from, out of the scope. When you say which type of testing cannot be planned in advance, first of all, those major levels like unit integration, system acceptance, All these kind of things can be actually planned in advance. But when it comes to retesting and regression, these are unplanned. Why? Because if you think it from a perspective of having a defect, defects are unpredictable. When you test them, then you get this. And once you get a defect, if it is resolved, you do retesting. That is what you call it as confirmation testing. And then following that, regression. But when you talk about regression alone, regression can also be done completely into maintenance testing, where generally the updates and upgrades or migration happen. And for that, regression can be very well planned using impact analysis, which you can learn in chapter 2 of ISTQB Foundation. So if I have to pick a right answer here with this proper justification, then acceptance is planned, and these are the two types of it, like operational and user acceptance. And regression can also be planned if it is maintenance. So the right answer is confirmation testing, which is only dependent for a defect resolution. So once you have a defect, it is resolved, then only confirmation testing will be conducted. So confirmation testing would be the one which is unplanned. Rest all can be very well planned in advance in order to conduct them. Okay, Abdullah. So yeah, of course, I know that. I do provide certain links from my own references, but yes, not all the links are having proper questions as per the new syllabus. But yeah, you're free to share those questions with me so that I can always give you a proper guidance. At least, like we can talk about it and understand in more detail that how exactly this question works for you, or what is the meaning behind that. Not probably that question, but at least you'll have a learning from this, discussion on that question. Okay, so Rakesh Sharma says, do you think QA or software testing remains as it is as now artificial intelligence is changing every field? See, that's a different story altogether. Now, when you talk about programming, we started with Java, we started with Python, and then we came to .NET. .NET was trending, C Sharp, this, that, and all. Again, Python was, lapsed almost. Now you see Python coming back again, Perl is coming back again, Ruby on Rails are coming back again. So that's one thing. Talking about blockchains, talking about AI, talking about machine learning. But no matter what you make, everything has to be tested. It's just that, like, no matter you talk about agile, you're talking about short iterations, a simple sprints, which is of short duration, but still a quality check or quality control will be a part of it. So it's not that you are going to completely eliminate testing from the industry. Even if you talk about DevOps, the development environment or the developers are also involved with testing to a certain extent. It doesn't mean that a developer is completely taking care of the entire release of the software. So there are some operation check or deployment checks and a lot of such things which happens from the testing point of view. So testing is something, believe me, you cannot imagine a world without testing. So it's just that technologies are changing, trends are changing, but things, whatever you make, will be tested in order to deliver a quality product. So don't look at those things, rather, get into the details of it and start preparing yourself in order to meet the expectation of the world. So that from time to time get into the understanding of what is DevOps, so that you can understand more into the operational domains, and probably you can switch into the DevOps concept later. And it's not that the testers lose the job when you get into DevOps, it's just that they get submerged into the process. So yes, there are lots of the things which are happening. It's just not that testers are sitting at home. There are a lot of testers working in the world, and you can always check those statistics anytime online. So instead of just searching which movie is coming up next, you can also search how many testers are working in the world and what kind of industries are hiring testers. So if you see at any portal, be it LinkedIn, be it Naukri, no matter what trend is going on right now, if you find openings on testing or related roles in any of these web pages or portals, that means testing exists. So that will give you the best justification rather than going on my words. So I hope, Rakesh, that fulfills your question there. Abdullah, okay, thank you so much, sir. Last question, please. There's no last question with me, first of all, Abdullah. There's always a beginning and never ending process. So you are always free to share anything with me, as I'm here dedicated to respond to all my viewers. So never mention that like this is the last question, because you never know when you have the next. So I'm open to that. You must be also open to that. I need more examples for high priority, low severity, except the logo example of the website. Okay. Now, when you talk about low severity and high priority, see, low severity can be anything. First of all, when you define severity of any defect, it is what is it? It's the impact. Like, what kind of impact does it make to a website? So, when a user creates an account, then probably the username, which is not displayed properly. For example, I mentioned Neeraj Kumar Singh as my name there, but it only shows Neeraj, whereas my full name should be shown as per the requirement. Now, this is low severity. But why high priority? Probably the user may not figure out if it is me or somebody else, because what if there is another Neeraj with different surname? So that could be a different priority that, okay, let's go with this. Or what if my partial email ID is accepted on the login page? Now, again, that is of low severity. Why? Because Gmail, you might have logged in using Gmail or signed up using Gmail or probably Facebook. Then whatever ID you have for Gmail or Facebook, the same will be captured. So what if I want to update it or say that I want to define customly what my user ID must be? And then the priority will be high for that. So yeah, similar kind of things you can assume and understand. First of all, if you get into the logic of anything, if you are able to understand why it is, like what exactly severity is, why should we determine that, then you can create your own examples. So don't go behind these logo examples, which we always find. I do that, understand that, but just try to understand why we define severity or how can we define severity. Once you gain the understanding of that, you will be able to understand any example in the world that, okay, will this be high severity or low severity? If low, why? If high, why? And then the priority will come into picture. What is priority? Say, for example, if I have two defects of same severity, like high and high, defect ID 1 is high and defect ID 2 is high, but now both are high. To differentiate between them, I use a priority. Priority is only to compare or differentiate between two severe defects. Which one will be fixed first? Now, for DID 1, I give priority as 1. DID 2, I give priority as medium or high or medium. So that just differentiates between the similar level of severity of defects to determine that which one I'll be fixing first. But when the severity is high, priority can be low as well. Why? Because this is a high severe thing, but might be not dependent on any road blocker. That means other testing can still happen, but I might have a low severity and high priority that this will be fixed first. So there are different combinations. As you explore the testing world, you may find a lot of examples like this. Understand the technology, understand the criticality and complexity of any application, you will be able to determine that. So don't worry about it right now. As you get into the real-time practices, you will be able to very well differentiate between how severities are being determined, how priorities are being selected for them. Is that okay? Yes, team. So if anyone else has any kind of questions, you are always free to share that. This live session is for an hour time. And during this time, you are free to share anything which comes to your mind regarding your preparation. And do not forget to just let me know whatever is your concern, because this session is completely to respond to your queries and answer them. Okay, we have another thing coming from Farhad Jabbar. Hi Jabbar, how are you doing today? He says, hi Neeraj, many thanks indeed. I was watching your videos from last 2 weeks. Thank you so much for that, Farhad, for that valuable feedback. I think that's really acts like a fuel for my inspiration in order to keep up the good work. I truly appreciate the work you are doing to help us. I'm planning to write foundation level ISTQB test. I would like to wish you a very all the best from my end in order to have the perfect preparation, in order to understand everything before you can hit the examination. Just make sure that you are having that confidence before you hit the examination by having a good grip on the content and at least practicing certain sample questions. And when you come across anything which you think you are confused with, just drop me a comment on the same video then and there itself, and I'll be on the behind the screen answering your queries, as well as you can utilize this weekly move of going live in order to respond to your queries. So just make sure that you make most out of these kind of opportunities when you have time to interact with me. Okay, so all the very best, Farhad. Looking forward to see your positive outcomes and passing with flying colors. Abdullah says, thank you so much, sir. You are so professional in delivering messages. Much love. Thank you so much, Abdullah, for that. It's really meaning a lot to me when people say such good works and good feedback to me. It really keeps me boosted for keeping up the good work. We just need those kind of love and support from all of you in order to keep putting our effort to make it better and better. So team, just feel free. The window is open for another 40 minutes, and you are free to utilize this opportunity to make most out of this in order to get your queries resolved, get answers to your questions. And in fact, if you are here still, just do not forget to like this video, which will just add a little more value to this live session for any new viewers who want to have a look on certain discussions. Okay, so that's just like a courtesy to add value to it, and you can do so. Thank you so much for that. Yep, sure, Abdullah. You can look forward to the crash courses coming up soon. I think probably by another 2 weeks or so, you will be getting started with the very first tool. So I'm planning to do that because theoretical concepts I have done enough now, and would like to get into the automation. So you can look forward to that. And we will be just taking all sort of automation tools which are available in the market. In fact, the tools which are coming new into the market, we can always talk about those things. Meanwhile, if, as you have just mentioned that, let me just give you the link here, team. So all those people who are on the channel right now, this is what I'm talking about. This is my new channel on on YouTube, which is away from the ISTQB certifications, which is all about the testing concepts and related information. So this is basically the channel which I created again on the request of the viewers because they wanted something beyond to understand sometime when we talk about different certification. But as the certification does not allow me to go beyond the syllabus, that's the reason a lot of discussion are not done in detail during the examination. Because if I include that, probably some other people, other viewers may think that this is also included in the syllabus and I should know all these things in order to write an answer. So that's the reason I'll keep it very crisp and to the point when it comes to certification tutorials. And just to fulfill everyone's need, I had to separately start another channel so that I can keep the content quite isolated so that people don't confuse that what exactly I'm trying to do. So this channel, what you're live right now on with me, is exclusively for all ISTQB certification tutorials. So once we finish the technical test analysis, which is going on right now, we will be getting started with another tutorial of different certification of ISTQB. But testing in nutshell is my another channel where I completely talk about the testing concepts, testing theory, testing practical world, automation tools, and which has no intention in order to talk about a targeted audience or anything. Anyone who is interested can look into that. Another comment coming in that, sir, I just want to know, does RPA is same as test automation or they are different? No, they are the same. They just have a different principle of working like UiPath, and they work on a different way by recognizing, having a different way of recognizing the objects on the web pages. And that really adds a different approach. So that's another thing which is trending to overcome the barriers of Selenium, and they are actually competing with those kind of parameters to overcome the market. So yeah, that's another thing which you can look forward to, which I might be including into that. Farhad says there are lots of scenarios questions in same paper 3. Are we gonna get this type of question in our ISTQB test? Okay, team. So let me just tell you one thing here. First of all, when you're talking about the ISTQB sample papers, which you find on the website, istqb.org, there are three papers, 1.3, 1.2, and set C, something like that. I don't remember exactly the names. So all these things are there on the website. So there are three papers. One is very simple, very easy to answer and understand. Second is at medium level. And third, set C, what you will see there is the toughest one, which has a lot of scenario based questions. Why we have three different types of question papers? Because the final paper what you will get will be a mix of all three. Some questions will be easy, some questions will be of medium complexity, and some questions will be scenario. So it's not that the entire set C is what you will get in the examination. It will be just a mixture of everything put together. So set C, just try to look into that, understand it. You don't have to get 40 on 40 on that. Even if you don't get 26, still it is fine because not all the questions will be scenario driven. It's just that the three mock papers you find online is just a pinch of everything. That from each chapter, how the easy questions look like, from each chapter, how the medium complexity questions look like, and from each chapter, how a complex or high complex or most complicated questions look like. So you can have combination of these three in your final paper. Do not expect it to be completely easy. Do not expect it to be completely scenario driven or complex. So it will be mixture of everything. I hope that's clear to you, Farhad. This is what I think you asked me about. Rakesh Sharma coming in again saying, just a suggestion, sir. Why don't you make some other videos such as testing trends, testing future, things to prepare, how to get intern, etc., and so on. Yeah, I was just thinking on this, waiting to start on that because I was just looking forward to decide on which channel I should have this. Because again, ISTQB, if I start doing something like this, probably people may find it diverting because YouTube is something which has a concrete set of audience, which is like limited. It promotes your website or promotes your channel based on what you do. So if I start doing that, probably my ISTQB value may come down. That he talks about a lot of different things other than the ISTQB. So probably the ISTQB will be lost because I think today Google ranks my channel as number one on the search engine, saying that if you go for ISTQB Foundation tutorial, you will find the very first tutorial of my channel. And that's really thank to all the viewers. I checked that for just yesterday and I was able to find that really, it was really happy moment for me that Google finally suggests my channel as the best viewed channel on ISTQB Foundation. So I do not want to take away that good learning from the upcoming viewers that they must find the good content and it should help everyone. So I'm just yet to decide should I take it in a different manner, like probably the weekends, additional concepts every week. I will give you one video on that, or probably I should just push it to testing in nutshell, which is my new channel, which will be really helpful for all of you to find such context there. So just give me a week time, Rakesh, and you should have this concept. I've considered your request here and much appreciated that you added this point here. So I'm just going to just decide on one thing and you will start seeing that probably from a week from now. So next week or next to next week, you will find your very first video on these concepts what you just mentioned. Okay, so printed. Is this printed? You will have this coming up very soon. All right. So Farhad says, thanks a lot, Neeraj. It's much clear now. It's all my pleasure, Farhad, that I could help you and add more value to your preparation and understanding. Abdullah, sir, please, what's your advice for fresh juniors, as most of employers ask for experience? Um, of course, I think you should tell them when you have such opportunities to at least interact with them that experience comes by working, and to work we have to start. So that's the very first thing what you can actually talk about if you get an opportunity to interact with any employer, that if you give me a chance then only I'll start working, and if I start working then only I'll gain experience. A fresher never comes with experience. But yes, You can be very smart here. This could be quite differently out of the context sometimes. It may sound like out of the context for some of the employers. To be very smart responding to these things, you may say that you have been working with a lot of products so far. So you have around, probably 5 years or 10 years of experience working on different kind of applications. So share that as a part of your interview perspective when you answer any questions. Now, when you talk about unit testing, give them a perspective of real-time approach. That when I was working with this application and I was trying to do the login on this page, probably you can say it as I was doing unit testing. So this was my approach. I tried to try these steps and all, and then I had this prerequisite that I'm connected to an internet. I'm opened on the right particular URL. So just don't give them definition. You give them the exposure that it seems like you know everything, and that being a fresher can still get you a job because you are not just giving me a straightforward response. You are giving me the justification for any activity with a detailed approach like a professional. So no matter you are a fresher, you can still showcase your kind of experience, what you think you have already with you. So it's just that the way you respond to them. If they ask you unit testing, don't give them straightforward definition. Explain them. This is what I was working with. This is what I think have it, and this is how I have worked with different applications so far. And I think this is the approach what we use for unit testing. So not only that, for any other thing also you can go ahead with the same approach. And I am telling you that none of the employer will say this is not the right thing. You should tell me about that. Okay, everyone will appreciate that approach. That okay, come on, you no one gives me a justification for that. So start talking about in more detail from something from your end. When people ask you what do you mean by unit testing, right, that's a very simple question. But do you understand when they say what do you mean by unit testing? So they're insisting on the word you. It's not about book, it's not about me, it's not about a YouTube channel, it's not about a Wikipedia or any blogspot. It's about you. What do you understand by unit testing? So put it in your words. Don't give it in anybody's word, not even mine. Create your own definition for that, which comes to the same point and understanding which employers appreciate and recommend, saying that I have not got this response so far. And I think this is quite different from anyone else. So start building such things in your portfolio that will add a lot of value. Being a fresher to add, amazing outcomes. Okay. Uh, Prath, that's great. Thank you so much. I don't know what it was for, but thanks for your applaud and appreciation. Best viewed channel. Okay, for that. Oh, come on. Thank you so much for that. It is all because of your, love and care what you have given so far to me. And obviously, depending on the way you respond to a channel, how long you, watch, how much you recommend, how many people share that, all those things are the factors, and which does not happen from my end at all I do is provide a good quality learning. Rest is all of you people who have made it to this far. Rakesh, sir, can we get software testing projects as a freelance, or we only have one way to get a job in a company and work there? Yes, you do get testing freelancing projects, but I don't know how far you can find a portal where you can actually get those. Generally, testing freelancing works are very less. So you can look forward to having a good connections on the LinkedIn because generally it comes from LinkedIn. People, small scale organization and all will share you feedback in order to tell them that I have a small project. Will you be interested to work for a 3 months or 4 months contract where you have to work from home? But just test this and tell me if you have anything or as a defect which you find. So it will be just a freelancing project, but generally nowadays we see them from the LinkedIn approach. Other than that, we don't find them. Like we have websites like freelancer.com, we have Upwork. So those kind of things are there. So you can register on that. Let me just put it here. Freelancer.com. Okay. And second is Upwork. So you can register on these kind of things for getting a freelance project in order to get some exposure. But again, they will ask for your portfolio, like what kind of experience do you have? And LinkedIn is another thing, being active and being connected to different type of organization can get you a freelancing project as well. Otherwise, obviously, the second option, what you already gave, is to get into an organization and gain better full-fledged experience on how everything happens. So yeah, that will add more value compared to freelancing, because freelancing is all about gaining extra income in your free time. It's just like, part-time job that you are working 9 to 8 or 9 to 6, but still you have still a lot of free time and you want to utilize that and earn some extra income. So you can do that by using these freelancing projects, but do not depend on that until unless you are paid really high for your freelancing opportunities. Okay. Yeah, Rakesh. So that was from the question what you asked. Prahat says, I'm doing automation course as well. It is preferable to write foundation automation test. Yes, you do have the tutorials available already on the channel, and you are always free to look into that in case you're looking forward to get prepared for this. Plus, I would recommend you that if you are doing any specific tool certificate preparation, then look forward to that tool certification as well. For example, if you're doing Selenium, then look for Selenium certification as well. Or if you're doing UFT, Load Runner, RPA, we do have certifications for them. So look for that. That will add more value. Plus, it will be recognized from the vendor itself. Additionally, you can always get certified with ISTQB Automation Tester. Abdullah says, yes, that makes sense. Thank you so much, sir, for your hard work and handling all queries for helping PPD out there. That's always my pleasure, team, to help you by using this opportunity and interacting with all of you and giving you necessary details, what you would need in order to understand any context and prepare well for your examination. So just that, making sure that if you have anything else, just feel free and utilize the opportunity which I have every week here, coming live, talking to you, responding to your queries, and make sure you make most out of it. All I have to say. Rakesh says, thank you, sir, for answering the question. It's too much valuable suggestion for all of us. Thank you so much for giving that feedback, Rakesh, because if I was able to give you that, what you were looking for, that's absolutely something more than expected for me. And I look forward to give such suggestions to other people as well, because when someone returns positive feedback to certain suggestions, we feel that yes, it was good and it was helpful for someone, then we look forward to give similar suggestions to others as well. Abdullah, welcome Abdullah, very good evening. I just want to thank you. I passed ISTQB with 85%. Thanks to you and your training with Knowledge Hut. Knowledge Hut. Abdullah, do I know you personally from some point from Knowledge Hut? And first of all, I know very much congratulations. You say, first of someone is coming live on the session to tell us the result. And I think for all our viewers, this is really interesting to see that the person has really prepared well and got 85%. So everyone must actually applaud him for his effort and the remarks what he has got to pass the examination. A very, very hearty congratulations, Abdullah. It's really a pleasure to know that you have passed the examination with 85%. And I would just like to wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors. Just let me know if I'll be helpful at any point of time in order to nourish your upcoming future and career. Okay. Farhad Jabbar, I'm doing Selenium. Yeah, so you can look forward to, we do have ISTQB Selenium certifications as well, because I don't think we have any other outside organization doing a professional certification. So just look forward to that. Farhad Jabbar, Rakesh Sharma, thank you. It's my pleasure. Take care. And if you have anything else, just keep letting me know. Abdullah, thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. Always welcome, Abdullah. Just let me know if you have anything. I'll put any kind of effort in order to give you the right justification and support as and when required. So recently, that's what I started. Recently, I started working on the Q&A. So a lot of people comment certain questions which cannot be justified on the comment window. And I find it really stupid to write a big passage and people may still not understand the logic behind it. So I've started working on Q&A now, and you will find a lot of questions being discussed in a video-driven response. on the Q&A playlist. So if you want more sample questions to look into or understand any justification, just drop me your question on any of the window, any of the video, and I will pick it up from there. And if I find that the theoretical way of explaining it will be quite complicated and it will not benefit you, then I'll take it in a video driven way and upload that on the Q&A playlist, and you can find it. And your comment, I'll reply it with the video URL so that you can go there and look into that. Sagar Rathod, very welcome, Sagar. Very good evening. What is the difference in automotive tester certification? Okay, now I think that's an incomplete question. If you can just tell me difference between automotive and which one, like what is the comparison? If you can tell me that, then probably I can do the comparison. Okay, team. So yeah, meanwhile Sagar gets back to us. Others can still tell me more about them. Okay, yeah, difference. Now Sagar comes up here saying difference in foundation level and automotive. Okay, foundation level certification is a very generic certification, open to all, no matter which domain you belong to, which organization you work for, what kind of product you manufacture, or be it hardware testing, be it software testing, be it elevator testing, television testing, aerospace industries like testing an aircraft, or any kind of thing. Foundation is for everyone. It does not speak from a domain perspective. But when it comes to automotive, it is exclusively for automotive testers. So if you are a part of any kind of automobile industry which allows you to test automotives or automotive parts like hill testing, or you talk about embedded testing which is used in automotives, then automotive testing certification is required for you. Now automotive is an advanced level certification, and it comes under the category of specialized testing certification, like mobile application tester, gambling tester, usability tester, automotive tester, automation tester. So these are specialized testing. So if you are having a career from domain of automotive background or automobiles, then you can look forward to this. But to appear for automotive certification, you need to have foundation with you. So foundation is a qualifying criteria for any other examination in ISTQB 3. So first exam is ISTQB Foundation. If you pass that, then you can look forward to any other certification in the entire tree of ISTQB which you found on the website. So I think that's the difference mainly. Automotive is a domain specific certification and foundation is generic. Anyone can do, no matter what domain, what organization, or what kind of testing you do, anybody can take it up. Okay, but yes, for automotive, you would need foundation level certification as qualifying criteria. Thank you very much, sir. You're always welcome. My pleasure to serve you and help you understand that. If anyone else has any question, you are free to let me know. People are coming in and going out. So as and when you have a requirement, you have a question, you have a doubt, just join the session and let me know, and you get the response for that. Okay, so I'm just sharing the link again. I would just like to share with all of you that that's my another channel. And if you are interested to explore beyond ISTQB Foundation, you can always look forward to this channel, which is my second channel, to talk beyond the syllabus and content of certifications. So I'll be talking more about what is ISTQB, what is testing and what is automation, what are different tools available, what are different context in testing beyond the limitations of ISTQB certifications. Okay. All right, so another 15 minutes to go. If anyone has any kind of questions, any kind of concerns, you are just free to let me know. A lot of calls also coming in here. Let me just mute it. Yeah. So that's really interesting to see that a lot of people are, trying to utilize this opportunity which I recently started. If we see there are more people coming in and there are a lot of questions to address everyone, We will try to extend the time later in future. And as far as we are able to address everyone's query, cater all of you when you are here on the live session, we will just keep it limited to 1 hour of time, but try to make sure that everyone is satisfied and being responded to their queries. So if anyone has any kind of queries related to any of the certification of ISTQB and related to anything of this examination, you are free to put your question in the comment, and I'll be taking care of that to respond to you as far as I know about it. Any update on online ISTQB exam? Update, I don't remember if there was something pending on my end. But yes, if you talk about online examination of ISTQB these days, these are called as proctor-based examination, where an instructor will be, not instructor, invigilator, will be live with you throughout the examination. So that means that you will be being observed while you're writing your examination, and that person will be monitoring you in order to write the examination from home. So you can opt for this proctor-based examination these days due to the pandemic, that you can take the examination from home, but you have to just keep your camera on and appear for the examination. No sheets and rough sheets are allowed in order if you want to do some kind of calculation. You will be provided with online whiteboard within the tool to do the rough work using your mouse and pointer. So that's the only freedom what is given to you right now in order to write the examination. So you can look forward to that if you are appearing, quite recently, in like another few months. Okay, you're welcome. Anything else, team? We are just open to any kind of questions, any kind of concerns, what do you think you can talk about or discuss, and I'm always open to respond to all your queries. So anyone has any kind of question, any kind of concern, you can always let me know. We are here to respond to your queries or talk more about any of your concerns, and which will not only help you, but help 100 others, or probably I can say thousands others, when they look at this live session later. Probably they cannot join right now, but there are a lot of people who watch the live sessions after the time, because we cannot meet the global expectations, as the time zones are different. Some people cannot come live even if they know there is a live session happening, but they always watch this video after that. So your question is not only going to help you, but help many other people who might be looking and having expectation beyond. Okay, so yeah, just feel free to put your question here, and if you're here, just hit a like if you like the responses provided to your questions. So that just adds a little value to this live session. Right. So yeah, also wanted to add on this live session that I recently got my book published. So finally, my ISTQB Foundation book is in market now. I'll be creating a video tomorrow, as it's a Sunday, so I didn't get much time. I was busy with a lot of other schedules. So I'll be making a proper video in order to talk about the release of the book. And anyways, it's already available on online portals like Amazon, Flipkart, and all. You can search by my name, that is author Neeraj Kumar Singh, and you can look forward to refer that book, as it will be just like the way how I talk and how I explain you. So you will find a lot of interesting things to understand any concept, but again confined within the four walls of ISTQB syllabus. So you won't find anything unwanted, and you won't find anything which is not discussed. So you will find a very good way, like narrative way of talking about different concepts and giving you as much details as required in order to understand that concept and answer a question on that. So yes, that book is live now, and anyone interested can look forward to purchase one of them, and look forward to support further for my initiative in order to prepare a book for ISTQB Foundation. So as of now, I've written it for ISTQB Foundation. That's my very first book. I think from today I become an author as well, more than a technical speaker as well as a trainer. I also become an author today. So a new designation has been added. Additionally, this book will help all of you in order to prepare best for your ISTQB examination. So looking forward to that. Okay, but yeah, I'll just make a detailed video with all the links and other details what you might need to understand your, the book, what it contains and how it helps you. So yes. All right, team, we are having another 10 seconds to go and we'll be calling off this live session. But yes, I did mention 10 seconds. No, it's 10 minutes. So 10 minutes to go. If you have any questions, any clarification, any doubts, I'm present here in order to respond to them and support you with a better understanding and better clarification for any questions which you might have in order to prepare for your examination. Just feel free, let me know, even if you want to just, tell me something more, what you have been doing, what you are looking forward to, that's also welcome. So any kind of suggestions, feedbacks, appreciation, all are welcome. Anything, just let me know, which helps me to think the future perspective as well and find out some time to do and prepare well for that. All right, so that's another thing which I wanted to share with all of you. Like that just came to my mind as one of the audience last session. He did mention about that. Why don't you write a book? So I told him that yes, my book is in progress already. So finally, it has released. So yeah, you can look forward to that. Is there anything else I can help you with, team? Just feel free to let me know. I'm here to address your queries and answer them. And if there is nothing, let me just pick up some few questions from the comment. Again, like a lot of comments are coming from different chapters, mainly from chapter 4, which is the techniques. So techniques, I have recently uploaded a bonus video like 2 days ago on the same playlist as the last video about 3-point analysis, which I could not cover in my regular tutorials. I only spoke about 2-point. So if any of you are looking forward to the foundation tutorials, please, you will find a card and even in the description that there's a separate video for 3-point analysis. So you can always switch to that video, or you can even complete the entire playlist and reach the last video, which is about the boundary value analysis on 3-point analysis of the scenario. So yes, so just the difference is that in 2-point analysis, you take only 2 values at each boundary. When it comes to 3-point analysis, you take 3 or 3 values on each boundary. The only difference will be when you talk about 2-point, one inside, one outside is what you take. And when you talk about 3-point analysis, one outside and 2 inside, where the middle value is called as on the boundary. For example, if you are given with a range that is 18 to 30 as valid range, then 18 and 30 are considered as on the boundary. And 17 will be outside the boundary, 19 will be inside the boundary. Same way on the right side, 30 is on the boundary, 29 is inside the boundary, 31 is outside the boundary. Now, why do we have these two approaches? Why don't we take the third one then? Because a lot of safety critical systems or complex applications require a better coverage, and they may have approach of 3-point analysis, and not all the application require 3-point analysis. So at any point of time, if you think you need a better coverage, better confidence, go for 3-point analysis. If you want something to be tested just like that, then just go for 2-point analysis with minimum number of test cases. So no need to add additional test cases. But if 2-point analysis does not give you the coverage or confidence what you need at that point of time for that particular application, then look forward to have 3-point analysis. Now that's the applicability of the two different boundary value analysis. But from the exam point of view, you should know both of them because you can be asked with any question. In case the sample question or the exam question does not specify like what should you use, 2-point or 3-point, then by default, it's always 2-point analysis. Okay, it's always 2-point analysis. All right, so just wanted to add that to the understanding, as I just recently added that. Anyways, I've explained this in many sessions, but still just wanted to tell you that the video is now uploaded on the playlist, and you will find a detailed understanding on that. So you can look forward to have the tutorial there on the 3-point analysis. Okay, so yes, we are just coming close to the closure of this session. Another 5 minutes to go. At anyone feels that you have anything to share, anything to ask, just feel free to drop me a chat, and I'm going to take it up from there and respond to your queries and help you understand that what you exactly need to understand from the point of that particular perspective or context. Anything else, team? Just feel free to drop me a text here. All I need is your text and chat to take up your question and respond to it. If you do not have anything, thank you for joining this session. It's really a pleasure to have each one of you here on the session in order to share your concerns, share your question, and make this session a successful one. And because all the success rate depends on you, your contribution to conduct this live session, sharing your thoughts, sharing your questions, and me responding to that. It just not doesn't alone help you. It also helps many other who watch this video after it is being uploaded. Okay, so yeah, many people look forward to understand a lot of things and a lot of questions, a lot of queries. So this live session helps everyone, being on live or being offline as well. Okay, so any questions, just drop me here. All right, so last but not the least, we are getting another query here. Deepali, welcome Deepali. Thanks for joining the session online. Hey Neeraj, I have started preparing for ISTQB foundation level exam. Thank you for this session. Congratulations for your book. All my pleasure. Thank you for sharing your valuable feedback, and just let me know if I can help you any further in order to make your preparation more effective and be more confident in order to write your examination and pass it. Just make sure that every week I join here. Right now, you may not have any questions, but in future, if you have any, just feel free to let me know. Neeraj, can anyone from chat see my question? Um, yeah, I have responded to all your queries, I think. Yes, I think Neeraj can't see my questions. I can see your questions. I think the last chat what you have put is just a question mark. And before that, you congratulated Abdullah, is what I can see. And probably before that, you said, I am doing selenium. So that's fine. So if in case I have missed anything, just let me know quickly. I'll respond to you before I can wind up for the day. If it requires another 1 or 2 minutes. If I have missed anything, just drop me the question right now. So thank you, Deepali. Deepali, it was really pleasure that you are referring to the tutorials and it's helping you in order to prepare for your examination well. Just if in case you have anything, feel free to let me know. I'm always here to respond and help you in order to prepare your, preparation in such a way that you pass the examination. And congratulations for your book. Yeah, always welcome. Thank you so much for that. It's really a great achievement for me. And yeah, it just needs to be there in the market in order to help people more, those who prefer to have a book to prepare well for the examination rather than just listening to video tutorials. So yeah, just wanted to cater everyone who can look forward to their support and suggestions. Okay, so yeah, Farhat, if you have anything to talk about, just drop me the question right here. because I can see all the chats what people actually drop. So maybe your post or your comment was not posted, so I could not see. If you have, you can just tell me something. If not, then we're just looking forward to close the session. Okay, I'll give you another minute. If you have any questions, you can let me know. If not, we will be done with the today's session. So any one of you, just not for us, if anyone else has anything, we will consider that, and then we will wait for the next weekend. But yes, it's just not the next weekend. You can always drop your questions on any of the video as comment, and I'll take it ahead to respond to your query then and there itself. And I don't wait for all the questions to be kept over the weekend. Okay, so I don't see that, Farhat. I see last 3 chats from you saying that can anyone from chat see my question? I think Neeraj can't see my question. I did drop you just now. But what I got before these 3 chats is just a single question mark. Maybe after the session you can replay that. So if you could have dropped me the question rather, I could have helped you. If it is not accepting, I'm not sure what exactly wrong, because I could see everyone, in fact, your questions in the beginning as well. So probably, on your end, something is wrong. So you should look for that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's what. So I can see other chats very well here, whatever you're dropping, but not the question which you mentioned. Anyway, so I think it's time. So we are almost done with the session today. And it was really interesting that all of you had joined on the session and shared your thoughts, shared your questions, and I could address them all. And really thankful for all of you to join the session today, and looking forward to have the same or better crowd in the coming weeks in order to respond to all of you and assist you in your preparation for the ISTQB certifications. Be it anyone, I'm just here to respond to your queries. As usual, at the end, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being online with me, team. Happy learning. And take care. Have a pleasant weekend ahead. I'll see you next week. Take care and bye bye.